Hey, this is my very first YouTube video, and pretty excited about it. But I decided when I did one that I was wanting it to be about something that really was important to me and that meant a lot to me. So, I decided to do one on a very controversial issue. I'm going to be speaking about gay rights and the whole legalizing the marriage in states and all that stuff. Well, first of all, before I get into all that, I'll just tell you that I am a born-again Christian. I'm not a Christian just because I believe in God, and I'm not a Christian because I was born into a family that were Christians, or because I do good things. I am a Christian because when I was 8.5 years old, I said a prayer, and I admitted that I was a sinner, and I asked God to forgive me my sins. So that's the only way to become a Christian. Okay, now, my whole beliefs on the gay rights is that I feel that it is definitely, without a doubt, wrong. Okay, I don't believe that there is any reason whatsoever for it to happen. I don't believe there is an excuse for it, any logical explanation. I actually have a theory, but I don't believe that anyone can act on that and then be able to say, well, it's because of this, and it be excused. It is a theory only because I cannot prove it, but in my mind, this is the truth. It is a fact in my mind. Okay, first of all, the whole I was born that way thing, no, I don't believe that, period, because first of all, it's in the Bible. God speaks against homosexuality, and there's no way that God would, be against something that, you were born with. I mean, that would not make sense. So, anyways, but, the way I feel that it happens, the reason people think that they're born this way and they can't change it and everything, because I hear a lot of people say, well, I wouldn't choose this lifestyle. People, ridicule me, badger me, and, do all these things. Like, why would I choose this kind of life? And, to some people that makes them think, well, that's true, maybe they didn't choose this, maybe they are born this way. Well, the way I feel about it is, okay, make sure you listen and get this. Okay, first of all, the devil, I feel like, can get into your minds, and he can create all kinds of thoughts. And if you allow him to get in there enough, he can put all of these thoughts into your mind, and he can make you think that they are your own thoughts. Okay, so like, especially as Christians, we do not need to let our guard down. It always needs to be up, because I believe, like, and I am so guilty of this, like getting into that comfort zone, where like, you let a few things slide by, things that you usually don't agree with, or wouldn't be around, or wouldn't listen to, and you kind of like, well, it's okay every once in a while. But that's letting your guard down, and that lets the devil get into your mind, and he will just creep and creep and creep until he is in there, and then all of a sudden you've got these, these thoughts, these ideas that you probably wouldn't have had if he had never, got into your mind. So it's like a process. I really believe that the devil is getting into a lot of people's heads and causing them to think these things, and they think them and they think them and they cannot stop. And I think there are a lot of people that probably try to stop it, I'm sure there was a lot of people that were born, or that were raised, believing that it was wrong to be gay. So I'm sure a lot of people are like, no, I'm not, and then they just can't shake the feeling, so then they just accept it, that they're gay, and so they just go on, and then they come out, and, the world is so accepting of them, and which is really, sad to me, that the world can accept that, but not Christians. They cannot accept a Christian lifestyle or behavior, but that's a whole other subject. But I think that, the Bible says that if, the devil comes against you in any form, as far as a thought or, an action from someone else, that if you resist the devil, that he will flee. So if you ignore these thoughts, if you pray about these thoughts, the devil will finally get tired of trying to get in there and bother you, and he'll go to someone else. And I mean, that's just the way he works. And he is the author of all lies. So think about that. I mean, he's telling these lies to people. And of course, they don't really hear him saying these things, so they still think that this is the way they were born. But it's truly not the way that anyone was born, okay? First of all, I think that you should, if you are anybody that feels this way, I believe that you should start really thinking about, praying really hard all the time about what is going on. And ask God to take this from you, to help you to resist anything, because you may feel tempted. You may even feel that you have these attractions to people or urges to do things or whatever. And yeah, I still think that comes from the devil. So, just ask God to take these away from you, and you will be amazed at what happens. But, another reason that I think that no one was born this way and that it's wrong to be gay is because, I mean, look at the way it started out. The basics. In the beginning, God made Adam and Eve. And I know we've all heard this story, not Adam and Steve, but, he gave each one of them a job. The man had a role, the woman had a role. The man was supposed to be the one to provide and do the working, the hard labor stuff, and the woman was supposed to take care of the family and, take care of Adam and just do the light labor things that doesn't require a lot of strength and stuff, because we are the weaker vessels, and I know a lot of women do not like to admit to that, but I will admit to that. I cannot do nothing like my husband can do. That's why I feel like I have a husband, because he can do the things that I can't do. But anyways, God gave us jobs as women and as men. And, if a man is with another man or a woman is with another woman, like, how can we actually fulfill those jobs together? Adam and Eve were each other's helpmates. God made Adam, or he made Eve to be a helpmate for Adam. And so that's what she did. And, we play that role. We are supposed to play that role that God gave us, or that job that God gave us to do. And also, the other thing that he wanted us to do was to go forth and multiply. Now, we all know we're not talking about math in literal terms, but, 2 women and 2 men cannot do that in a natural way. And back then, there was no doctors you could go to be implanted with anything. So God did not mean for you to do that. And say, well, we're multiplying. I believe that our bodies were designed, for it, for us to be able to conceive a baby. And, it was just a perfect design. So it goes against everything. I mean, if you really look at every aspect of it all, everything goes against what the original plan was. Now, I'm not trying to badmouth anybody. I'm not trying to be, hateful or I don't hate anybody. God said that he said he hates the sin, but he loves the sinner. And that's the way that I am. I believe that everyone, let's see, I just feel like I don't want to hate on someone, because I try to be as good of a Christian as I can, and I don't want to, say that I hate anyone, because we're not supposed to do that. But I just want to help people, and maybe open up somebody's eyes if I'm able to do that. And, I just wanted to shed some light on the issue, because, hardly any Christians ever stand up for what they believe in. And, all it takes is for, one Christian can do something, and then, like, a ton of atheists can say, well, that offends us, and, all the Christians just shut up, and they don't say anything else. And I just don't like that. I don't think that's the way it should be. I mean, we have been offended by so many things that atheists and, whoever else has done to us, and we just sit back and let it happen. And I said, you know, I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to, not be hateful about it, but, give my opinion on it. And hopefully if, um, someone may benefit from this. So, but anyways, I plan on making other videos. I mean, this is kind of fun, and I hope I get some good feedback. But anybody that wants to comment on this, whether it be a positive or negative, whatever, you're welcome to do so. But anyways, I guess that's it, and I will see you guys later. Bye.